This war stops now.
You are tired of the war. I can see on your face.
End the war. Bring freedom to our people.
This is your life, and it's ending 1 minute at a time.
Let's stop.
Welcome to the Stop and Listen podcast, episode number 3. I'm Jamie, your host. Those at home following along, I shot actually number 2 first after I did number 1. And number 1 did not come out great. I wasn't too happy with it. I hope it wasn't too awful. We did get a subscriber and a comment out of it. I think Buffhead 2004, I believe I got the notification that he subscribed, and he said, I believe in reference to the Oliver Anthony Rich Band North of Richmond song, I believe that if the Bags of Fudge Rounds line wasn't included, the song wouldn't have been as huge. Every great song has controversy, and quite a bit of truth to that. Yeah, I would agree. Like it wouldn't have gained that shock factor. As far as your podcast goes, the echo or whatever that you're adding to your voice is a bit overbearing, makes it hard to understand what you're saying, so turn it down a bit on your next episode. And I don't actually know what you're hearing. The editing part is due to me. As I mentioned, I had a producer before and he was doing the editing. I have quickly figured out to resume getting content out to you guys. But I think what I did was, so I was combining the audio from the microphone and the camera, and that may have been why it was echoing. So I will remove that, the camera audio, and just use this audio, and hopefully it'll turn out better. But I appreciate the follow and the comment. Now, I can't say that I will be extra responsive to all the comments out there because, you know, I'm going to be sensitive. I mean, there's a lot of mean people out there. So I was actually, right before this, I was watching 21 Jump Street, like not the new movies, the original show with Johnny Depp. I don't know if it was on the 80s, I think. Like, it holds up. I mean, it's a little cop drama, but, I mean, it's good. So, going through last year, I've been nicotine free for over a year now. Because a year ago, I was in the hospital. I got diverticulitis, and things have gone well somehow, some way. I kind of had some kind of flare up today, so I'm gonna cleanse, which is probably a good kind of thing to do every once in a while. Just kind of go on a liquid diet for a day or so. I gotta provide a little TMI moment here. Got a little case of the hemorrhoids, okay? Nothing too bad, just something I'd like to nip in the butt quickly. Oh my, that was not an intended pun. But it's not bad. It's just something I would, like a little help with. The over-the-counter stuff, yeah. But they make prescription grade stuff. And I'm like, it's a thing, let's just take care of it. Let's use the medicine. But I can't just go and order some from the pharmacist. I have to have a doctor's note. So I have to go to urgent care or make an appointment for 6 months down the road with my primary doctor so I can drop my pants and they can say, yep, you got hemorrhoids. So, I'd pay, I don't know what urgent care is, $50, $100, extortion, so I can get some cream for my hemorrhoids. That's a little bit better than the stuff off the shelf. The system is broken. And the government is not the answer. I don't know what it is. Republicans keep talking that they're going to come out with a solution. Johnson said he's cooking something up. This is not going to go well, I'm sure. Why would it? So in the news, Alex Jones is back on Twitter. Alex Jones, a conspiracy theorist who got sued, and his punishment was like $1 billion. So, like 5 years ago, one day he was simultaneously taking off everything, every social media, everything. He said his banking was even closed down. And Alex Jones says some very crazy things that are unproven and maybe unprovable. And many of them seem like blatant lies. But he also says a lot of crazy things that actually turn out to be true. I mean, I don't know how, if you've ever listened to him, I don't know how he's not like a CIA plant. But anyway, Tucker being Tucker, putting a middle finger up to the system, had an interview with him on X, Twitter, right after that. Elon put a poll up asking whether Alex Jones should be brought back on. And of course, the answer was yes. So he was brought back on, and then I seen posts like this: Elon Musk restores X count of conspiracy theorist Alex Jones. So y'all realize, like, you're promoting his account now, right? Like, awesome. These news organizations celebrated and vilified him when it was time to kick him off of everything. And now that he's back on, instead of ignoring him, they put stories up. I mean, this is a Huffington Post wasn't the only one. All of them had it. And so people who subscribe to, who follow the Huffington Post, who have no idea who Alex Jones is, might think, wow, is that big a deal? Well, maybe I'll start following him. See, it is people with no standards. That's the news we can trust, right? Again with Tucker. Now, this is not going to be a Tucker show. It's just him and Elon are the ones kind of making the news right now. After that last Republican debate, I mean, they're just, Trump's going through his trials and tribulations, and Biden is hanging on for dear life. Tucker said when he was talking to Megyn Kelly that if Biden is not replaced, then the fix is in. And it makes sense. Because they cannot feel confident with him. They would have a better chance with Buttigieg, I would even think. I mean, you cannot discount Trump's unlikability. The mainstream media, almost every media outlet out there, does nothing but flame that, making him a villain. And he very well may be, but you guys are creating this. So, tweet from Tucker: the Biden administration is openly threatening Americans over Ukraine in a classified briefing in the House yesterday. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin informed the members that if they don't appropriate more money for Zelensky, we'll send your uncles, cousins, and sons to fight Russia. End quote. Pay the oligarchs or we'll kill your kids. Now, there's a reader's note that says Austin warned Congress Tuesday that if lawmakers fail to pass more aid to Ukraine, that is very likely will lead U.S. troops on the ground in Europe defending NATO allies and other countries Russia may target next. So it's not quite as stark as Tucker implies, but still, I mean, it should be no surprise that this is what they think of us. If you scroll down here, Elon took an interest in that. He really said this, and Tucker confirmed, yes, he really did. Vivek Ramaswamy jumped in with, when persuasion doesn't work, they use threats next. Then Mike Lee, a Republican senator from Utah, says this is how things roll with the Biden crime family. Like the Biden crime family, they seem like a very evil group that won't get any kind of judgment on this earth. I mean, and maybe he's just implying that it's Ukraine and it's cover up for there's a quid pro quo there. I assume that to be true, but this is just a symptom of a machine that uses us as food. It could as easily been Bush's Secretary of Defense saying that. Either one of them. Clinton's, Obama's, like, we're not real, we don't believe you care about us. The jig's up. So lately, I drive for a living, and I've been listening to Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s book about Fauci, which I should have ready right here, but I don't. I will put that on the screen later, I guess. But Robert F. Kennedy, he's a good follow on Twitter. But anyway, this book, it's about Fauci, Big Pharma, Bill Gates is in there somehow. And I knew Kennedy was a little kooky and a little out there on conspiracy theories. And that's kind of what I was thinking I was getting with this book. And it really has not been that. He has painted a very vivid picture of Anthony Fauci, and that man deserves the worst punishment our country can give him for what he's done. He's declared war on the American people for decades. The movie Dallas Buyers Club, I didn't like that kind of movie. Didn't watch it, but some gay fellers were apparently had a whole operation of going and getting drugs from Mexico because they're infected with AIDS. Well, the reason they were doing that is because there were drugs that were patent-free, that were already established, that would have helped with their condition. And they couldn't get them here. They were not approved because of Fauci. That's what's alleged in this book. And, well, there's a movie about it. He did the same thing with COVID. And I'm still about halfway through this book. It's like a 28-hour long book. I would love to see a mini-series, docudrama on this. It should be done. Daily Wire, you could do this. I mean, if Kennedy isn't in the White House in one form or another, hell yeah, make this happen. He is a good follow on Twitter. I mean, the way he talks. I mean, he has definitely some far left bends, but I mean, he is on Twitter calling the Biden administration out. And I mean, here's Zelensky literally meeting with defense contractors. A warlord sitting there shaking hands with merchants of death is what you just seen. That's evil. There is a lot of evil in that room right there.
That's why I want to thank you, all of you, and your part.
Mark Relay, General Dynamics.
Thank you so much. I'll be happy to be in dialogue today. For us, it's very important during the war that to know and to share details of the war, and to share real, very concrete things, what we need, and where you already helped us. That's why I want to thank you, all of you, and your partners. And of course, please pass from me messages to your workers, people who really work, and they did a lot for Ukraine. Just one, as we are facing to this war, as unprovoked war, and we understand that without such people, companies, and such workers, and we really couldn't manage and save our land. And we are very thankful that we have such friends.
So the Ukrainians can continue killing the Russians, and the Russians can continue killing the Ukrainians. My goodness. Anyway, I was not planning on taking things there, but yeah, I didn't kind of touch on RFK Jr. In his book, and he's a good listen on Twitter. So, to close, I seen this on Facebook. Jordan Peterson posted, "The purpose of life is finding the largest burden that you can bear and bearing it." And I wanted to just think about that. But I seen that a Jenna Ellis with a little blue check mark, and I'm like, that Jenna Ellis? Trump's lawyer, Jenna Ellis? She commented on that post. And she said, no, the purpose of life is knowing and worshiping God. That's very interesting. I mean, I started to make a comment replying to her. It's not arguing with her, just kind of flipping things around. I made two different versions and just said I would talk about it here. But most people seem to run from burdens. I think I certainly avoided them for a long time. I didn't have the wherewithal to withstand any. I was walking around with so many chips on my shoulder and carrying so many crosses. I couldn't bear to take anything on that might, be meaningful. In hindsight, I'd have to say, love one another. Love God, love your neighbor, and love yourself. That's what our mission in life is. I think Peterson would have been better off saying we're responsible to seek out the largest burden that we can bear and bearing it. That I don't think would conflict with Jenna Ellis. But I hope you enjoyed. So thank you. James Jost on X, Twitter, whatever. That's what I'm most active on. Like, subscribe, follow along. I'm going to keep doing my best and bringing you guys some quality content. So thank you very much. We'll see you next time.